extreme. Kumbaga, umabot hanggang saan yung tubig dito. Or, Diyan?
50 meters away from the shore. So dito nakakita mi nga nisaka ang tubig up to the roof.
Is there a global warming? I believe so, yes, there is. Is it man-made? I'm not sure.
23-year-old James Castillo has just started life in the U.S. He came 4 years ago, penniless. He spent the night homeless, eventually bouncing around with family. With more people now living in poverty in the U.S., Castillo decided to make a difference on his own.
I did like the idea that you were staying in a place and you didn't have a key. It was like, you know, how can you live?
Talagang guest siya.
Yeah, it's like you'd stay outside hoping that people would come in. And I was in that situation before. It's like, it's cold, you can't, you know, it's not easy.
I came here for our environmental youth camp next week because we just had like one of the biggest like calamities brought about climate change. And I think we need to do something before the next, you know, crazy climate change caused disaster happens. I mean, if that happens, it's just only going to get worse.
If we cannot develop the livelihood of the many, they will never go support this advocacy. It will be useless. I will tell you, how can a simple family support environmental advocacy when they have nothing to eat? The problem of the country is poverty. And they don't have time to think about the environment. They wanted to sustain and live hand to mouth.
Yeah, unsa may gibuhat niyo pagkuan pag-abot sa bagyo?
Ay, yahay lang taon. Panigamot ka magkakaon. Pag yahay na, siyang ginapang. Yahay po kami ginagganay. Ano itong ginapang?
So, I was like recruited back in when I was 18. I'm like 26 now. So since then we were like reforesting, you know, we were doing mangrove reforestation, saving the trees and all that stuff. But you know, it was kind of abstract. It felt good to save the trees, you know, be green. It felt nice. It seemed like this is the right thing to do, but I didn't really know why. Why are we doing this? Why are we reforesting? Why are we trying to bring back the mangrove trees? You know, why are we trying to plant trees in the mountains?
Kibawta nga makawan usa rin sa mga makatabang kanato sa pagsulbad sa tong problema sa panagatan o gusto sa mga makatabang kanato in terms of tsunami or mga bagyong umaabot para ato mga dalampasigan masave sa pinagi ng mga bakawan sa umaabot na panahon ng tubuan niya.
Tinadyo ni siya impact sa climate change because kung mutubo ni siya ng mga mangrove, managhan na ni siya daman. And hopefully, mutubo siya ni siya itong ipangtanong ka na 600 propagils. And then, the 600 will do a lot because they will produce many leaves. And the leaves will help and the leaves will help absorb those bad chemicals in the atmosphere. That will help in a little way ease the global warming.
Ang mga batanon mo'y paglaom sa atong nasod. Last Thursday, katong dito mi sa uma, katong nagtanom og mangroves para sa inang kalikasan. Kay naguba naman si inang kalikasan. Kinsay naguba? Kita. Kita'y naguba. Kinsay mo ayo? Kita. So, ngano man nga ang earthquake kusog man kayo. Ngano man si Yolanda kusog man kayo. Ngano? Kay imbalance ang atong nature. Dili na siya balanse. So aron siya mabalanse, kay kita may niguba, kita'y mo ayo.
Kitang-kita naman sa mundo na sa pamamagitan ng mga global warming, climate change, o ano pang mga problema dito sa mundo, nahihirapan na tayo, di ba? At nafe-feel natin yun. So, kailangan na talaga nating mag-mobilize sa ating sarili. So, sa pamamagitan ng Environmental Youth Camp, ito yung forefront or yung jumpstart ng bawat isa para magkaroon ng consciousness at awareness about the deteriorating environment at saka yung ano yung maiaambag natin about the restoration of the environment. So,
The mangroves provide buffer
they provide buffer, and at the same time they prevent erosion. They're very important. The most important thing is they are spawning area for fishes.
Importante kayo ang rules sa community, no? Mao ginay usa unta kay ang pagsulbad ani good dili ra man good through projects lang nga kanang gitawag na tog infra projects, dili ra na siya. So with cooperation and collaboration with the private sector and of course the community, dako kay nagmatabang.
And I didn't really have an answer for that until like 3-4 months ago, back in December, when I learned about permaculture, meaning permanent agriculture. We've been talking about sustainable for a long time, but I didn't really know what it really meant until I heard the term permanent agriculture, self-sustaining farms. Can you imagine? Yung mga farmers natin, they don't have to buy fertilizers, they don't have to buy mga pesticides, you know, they don't have to buy GMO crops. I mean, it's all here. You know, why are we living in poverty? You know, we live in a tropical country. You know, not like in LA, it only rains 2 times a year. So, that got me thinking. I'm like,
What if naapay mga moabot pa nga mas kusog? Nga bagyo, unsa man ta kakuanani, unsa na may metabo sa Pilipinas?
I think the problem here is that there could be plans, but these are not long-term plans.
You know, the Philippines do not have a master plan.
It's about time siguro nga we focus more on the prevention side.
hopefully we can start brainstorming on how we can transform Cebu City into a fully sustainable community.
Should we care about their future?
Change of development of community needs radical change in mind.
Bigyan natin ng inspiration ulit yung youth movement. We don't have to wait for Superman. We don't have to wait for the next, best president or something.
There's only one planet. It's only planet Earth.